Hi folks, I'm back again. I know I said I was going to try and look for a green Hornet car, but I couldn't find one. So I'm going to do a short video, and I found this little beauty. It's a Renault Floride, and he looks pretty, poor. He's not too bad. I didn't pay a lot for it. I got it off of eBay, and I thought I'll do a little restoration video on this one, make it look a bit more presentable, as you would say. So let's get on with it. Right, so first job, we've got to drill out these two rivets, and then we can get on with it. Right, once we've done that bit, part of those done, then we've got to get the heads off, as you see me do many times before. Just simple as that. It's got a nice clean finish there, like that. When you do this, you've got to be careful. Don't drill through this bit. You only go so far. Get the head off. That's enough. As you see, that should just come off, just like that. So I'm going to take all this to pieces. Take all the seats out. And the glass, I don't think the glass is too bad on this model. Needs a bit of a clean up, but that can be done. And then the next part, we just drill this rivet post down through. So I'll get my other drill again. And we make our hose for our replacement rivets. And you just, to do this, I find it easier doing it this way. So then you've got a nice drilled out post. And then you just do the other one. Well, I shan't bother with that, but showing you that because you know what I'm going to do. Right, as before, stripping the paint is quite easy. Boiling hot water. And as I must stress, as I did in the last video, be very careful with this stuff. You're supposed to wear gloves. I don't. I've done it enough times now. But you're supposed to wear gloves with this and goggles, because if you get this in your eyes, on your skin, anywhere, it will do a lot of damage. So there we go. Just look at it fizz up now. That's all the paint coming off there now. All you need is a little bit. You can see the blue in the water, look. That's all the blue paint. That's all you need. Let that go for a minute. Right, it's had about a minute. I'm not kidding you. This paint is totally gone. And that's just a minute. And there you go. That's how easy it is. Right. Next bit is getting out the goodies we took out earlier on from the old car. There's the seating. Been in my washing machine. And I've had a few comments about my washing machine. All it is, that is jar of soapy water. That's all it is. Keep it in there. Any plastic bits you got to clean, put it in there, give it a good shake. There you go. There's your washing machine. Now this screen ain't too bad, so I'm going to give you a good clean up. I've had it in the washing machine for the last 24 hours. I'm going to give you a good dry out now, clean this up a bit, and I'm going to do the treatment I showed you in the previous video about the screens, how to you know, bring them back to life, you might say. I'm going to do this with this here screen so that when we finish spraying the model up, it'll all be ready to go back in. Right, so as you can see, as I showed you in that previous video, I'm going to treat this screen. I've given it a good clean now, and I'm going to treat it with the old Astonish wood floor polish, tangerine and cinnamon, but I don't think it smells of anything when you actually take it out. But there you go. I'm treating it with this, and that will get rid of any tiny imperfections that might be in the screen. It'll give it like a nice shiny glaze, and it should bring it back to a better, you know, sort of condition, really. A bit on the screen there, and then put it in my, put that aside for a sec. Alright, I've got to do this upside down, am I? That's it. Give it another quick dip. I'll go in that way. Sorry about the off-screen bit, but I'm getting a couple of bubbles on this. Right. Oh, bugger. Why does it always happen when you're trying to film something? Try again. Right, I've got that in there. Nearly. I'll get it in a minute. Right, and you just leave it in there. Give that a good 24 hours. And then that should be near enough like a new screen. So I've cleaned up these shells now. Give it a good brushing with my wire brush. All I've got to do is mask these wheels up. That's ready for paint. And I've decided this time I'm going to change the colour. I'm going to do this one yellow. I've looked on the internet and there is a yellow version of this, and I thought it would be a bit brighter looking than the horrible blue that it was. So I thought I'm going to do this one yellow. So it's all ready for spraying now. Right, as you see, it's all painted up. I didn't show you the spraying bit. I mean, you've seen me do that before on a couple of videos. I just thought I'd jump ahead a bit and show you the reassembly, really, which is pretty straightforward with this one. There's not any special things this does, not like the Bond cars, and there's a screen, it's all been rejuvenated, but there's no special pieces that go in this one. It's pretty straightforward reassembly, really. Drop the seats in. I've done the base plate, that's all been done with my usual grey and lacquer. Put new tyres on it. Just drop that on like that. And that's what it'll look like when you've got your rivets in, which I'm going to do now. Let's get this out of the way. I've got a rivet here. Just get my little dab of glue in there. Just put a little drop in there like that. Put a bit in the end one. A bit more than that, I suppose. You don't want too much, because when you actually push your rivet in, you're not getting enough on the bit of wire here. When you actually push your rivet in, some of it will come out of the actual hole, you see, so you don't want it all over your paint, what you've done. So you get your little rivet, stick that in there. I usually use the end of a foil or wooden handle. Just push it in as far as it'll go, like that. The other one. Just push it in. And there you got it. There, that's what you end up with. Two original type looking rivets. So that one is near enough finished now. I mean, all I've got to do now. By the way, do you like the colour change? I think it looks better yellow, actually. There is a yellow version of this, and I thought it looked a bit better than the old rubbishy old crappy blue that it was. It looked a bit dull. I think this brightens it up a bit more. But anyway, that's nearly ready. All I've got to do is put the silver on. Right, what I'm going to do is do the old silver parts now, and all I use for this is a paint pen. Just get your old, I haven't used this one for a while, so it's sticky. Get some paint in the pot. There, that's what we do. Get a bit out of your pen, put it in a little pot like that, and then go ahead with the painting. Right, this is a bit I hate doing, really, because it's so, it's so fiddly. Do the horrible little badge first. And then we do the headlights. You really need a steady hand to do this. I'll put a bit more on there. Now these brushes that I use are actually eyeliner brushes. And I'll tell you what, They are actually ideal for this type of thing. I know you can buy fine brushes from model shops and places like that. I mean, for the price they charge, I mean, it's a bit silly, really. I mean, at the end of the day, it's only a brush, and I mean, if you can get away with using something like this, all the better. I mean, these cost me 99p for a pack of, like, you know, half a dozen. I mean, there is some things in the pack you can't use, but as long as you get like 3 or 4 brushes, I mean, even 3 or 4 brushes for what you pay, it's well worth it. So that's what I use, and it does, well, it does what you want it to do, you know. I mean, once you get the finished article at the end, who cares what you used to do it? And I find these brushes perfect for the job. But anyway, that's enough of my waffling. That's all you do, that, see? Paint the silver. I'll say this is the worst job, really. I hate doing all this. There's a bit on the number plate as well. But there's the front. And the back, all this grille has got to be painted, and I think there's a bit of silver around the actual lights on the back as well. So if you go around there very carefully, only the edges, because you've got to put the backlight, the red light, you know, for the light. Got to go on that, so you only just do the edges on that bit, just to give it a bit of a surround, like a chrome surround, like you get on like you know, on a normal car you get a chrome surround, don't you? So you just go around the edges and then leave the rest of it, and then you got to paint the old grille in. Because I mean, this car is meant to be a, I mean, if I'm wrong tell me, but I think it's a rear engine car. So I think that's why you got no radiator on the front, is obviously the engine is a rear engine car in it, and this is the actual grille. But you just paint around like that. There's the back part, and that's just the old bumper to go. A bit of a flash. Don't be too fussy with that bit there, because the originals show up like that anyway. Just give that a bit of a extra bit of paint there. And underneath. Nearly there, folks. I appreciate your patience with this. but it's a job you cannot rush unless you want to balls it up altogether, which we don't want to do. There, I think that'll do it, folks. It's not looking too bad. I'll put another little bit there. It's not looking too bad at all. So right, that's the silver all done. Coming together nicely, I'd say. Right, in this video I'm gonna go an extra stage. I'm gonna make a box for this car we just restored. So go into me computer. I've got a box of it, a template you might say. Let's change my settings, because I've got to feed this from the back because it's a bit of card. Rear paper slot. Right, okay. Right, let's print this little box off. It's not a difficult box to make, this one. So there you go. There's the box. And that's all it is. A bit of card like that. And we can cut that out, put it together. What I usually do once I've printed is I give it a few coats of lacquer, ordinary car lacquer. So that dry off a bit. It's a good job it's nice and sunny. And what this does is helps seal the ink, because it's only inkjet ink. It helps seal it into the card, and it gives it a smoother finish. It doesn't wear off. It's not like laser printing. I mean, that's a really dear way of printing, but this is water-based dye ink. So if you give it a coat of lacquer, just ordinary car lacquer, give it a few coats of that, and it really puts a nice little shine on the box. I've also printed the back grey, so it looks like the original type boxes. But yeah, that's all you got to do. Right, what we do after that, I've cut it out now. I'm just gonna score along the edges here what's got to be folded. The edge of the scissors. And just go along these bits here. This box come off of a disc. It's like a disc you can buy on eBay, and it's got all the, well, it's not got all of them, but it's got quite a few old boxes, like templates for the old Corgi models, and comes in quite handy if you want to make a box. I mean, they're not all on there, but there's quite a few on there, and that's what you do, is just bend all the pieces up like that. Do it nice. Crease it all up. It's quite easy to do, actually. There are some more complicated boxes that you can make, but this is quite an easy one to do. Just your basic box really. Just bend it all over like that. So just last one. I'll leave these end bits until I've actually got the box put together properly, and then all I do, I get some double-sided tape. That's what I use. Can use glue. Measure it out about there. That's near enough for me. Cut the odd bit off at the end anyway. So, but you just put the old tape along there like that. Get it nicely pressed down. It's quite a simple job really, this is doing them. It just helps the model along, you know. I mean, it's nice to have a box. I know it's not an original box, but you know, it's better than just having the model lying around with nothing. I mean, it enhances the display properties of it. If you want to put it on the shelf, if you've got a nice little box to put it on top of, and you can just display it with the box itself, you know. And right, let's bend this over. Now just line this up. Do it lined up as best you can. You can tell with the print, so you can get that lined up, and then you press down on that, and there you go. It's virtually there, and just bend that piece to get your flaps to go in. Bend that like that, and there you go. And you've got a nice little box. You put your box there. There's your model. And you can actually display it. If I move the camera for you. Oh, it's not my back. It's the camera legs actually. And there you go. There's your model finished. Looks a lot better with the box. And there's the back. Oh well. That's it for another video, folks. I hope this has helped you a bit. I thought I'd include a bit of a box making video in with this, for a change. But for now, that's going to be it until the next one. Let's hope I can find a bit more of an exciting restoration to do next time. But this is the best I could find for now. So long, folks. Subscribe if you enjoy what you see, and I'll be back soon.